When borders heat up, markets melt down. In May 2025, as India and Pakistan edge closer to conflict once again, another silent war begins, this time inside the wallets of millions. The price of gold has exploded. But why? What's really happening at the border, and how is it shaking the global economy? This is the story of war, wealth, and a nation's fear. It started with blood. On May 3, 2025, a deadly terror attack in Pahalgam, a peaceful town in Jammu and Kashmir, took the lives of 14 Hindu pilgrims. India responded swiftly. Operation Sindoor was launched on May 5th, a targeted military response against what Indian intelligence claimed were terrorist camps operating in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The strikes were surgical, precise, and devastating. Within hours, Pakistani air defense systems were activated. Retaliatory shelling began across the line of control. Both countries denied full-scale war, but in the skies and on the ground, the tension was undeniable. News channels lit up with footage of tanks moving, jets flying, and families being evacuated from border villages. Social media trended with hashtags like Chak Sindoor Strike and Chak Chak Red Alert South Asia. And while the world watched the border, investors watched gold. Gold has always been more than a metal in South Asia. It's tradition, it's dowry, it's security. But in times of crisis, it becomes something more. It becomes trust. As news of Operation Sindoor broke, the Indian rupee began to slide. Equity markets stumbled, panic loomed, and in that moment, millions turned to gold. Within 48 hours, the price of 10 grams of gold in India crossed 1 lakh rupees for the first time in history. In cities like Delhi, Surat, and Mumbai, long lines formed outside jewelry shops. Even digital gold apps crashed from overload. Why? Because when war threatens the present, gold promises a future. This isn't the first time gold has surged during border conflicts. In 1999, during the Kargil War, gold jumped 18% in just 30 days. In 2008, during the Mumbai terror attacks, Indian gold demand surged by 23%. During the Pulwama Balakot standoff in 2019, prices breached 40,000 rupees, a record back then. Each time, the pattern was clear: political shock, currency dip, equity fall, gold rally. But in 2025, it's more aggressive, more emotional, more viral. Because now, information spreads faster than fear itself. The India-Pakistan conflict may be regional, but gold is global. London, Dubai, and Singapore trading floors saw spikes in South Asian gold orders. ETFs like SPDR Gold shares reported record inflows. Central banks in Asia started stockpiling gold quietly, hedging against a wider South Asian flare-up. Meanwhile, oil prices reacted too. With a potential nuclear standoff back in headlines, crude crossed $100 per barrel for the first time in 18 months. And as markets trembled, diplomats scrambled. UN emergency sessions were called. G20 leaders issued back-to-back appeals for restraint. China, the US, and Russia all sent diplomatic envoys to both New Delhi and Islamabad, because this wasn't just about territory anymore. It was about stability and survival. Back on the ground, ordinary citizens weren't thinking about global oil. They were thinking about their daughters. Gold is her future, said Ramesh, a father of 2 in Amritsar, waiting in line outside a jeweler. If something happens to me, at least this will protect her. Similar sentiments echoed in Lahore, Karachi, and Rawalpindi. In fact, for the first time in 5 years, even Pakistani gold demand surged despite inflation. Across borders, people feared war, but prepared the same way. They bought gold. Because in war, bullets divide. But gold unites fear. As May unfolds, military posturing continues. Ceasefire violations rise. Air defense drills expand, and yet negotiations are quietly underway. Both nations know the cost. Both economies can't afford it. But pride, politics, and pain are hard to silence. For now, gold holds steady above 1 lakh rupees per 10 grams. But experts warn if one missile flies, that number could triple. Until then, citizens prepare in silence. Markets breathe cautiously, and the world watches. Gold is not just metal. It's memory, it's fear, it's hope. And in South Asia, it's the mirror of peace. As India and Pakistan walk the tightrope once again, one thing is clear. The real currency in war is trust. And gold just became the last piece of it. Stay safe, stay aware, and keep watching.